The Quran speaks about the universe, our sky, our earth, and the atmosphere in the universe. The Surah Al-Tariq speaks about a strange property of the sky that it returns over and over again. Now, whoever is aware of climatology, meaning the study of the climates, they are aware that there are only 4 seasons, meaning winter, summer, autumn, and spring. But the climate is actually of 12 types, which are influenced directly by the atmosphere in the sky, which is returned from the sky over and over again to the earth. For example, rain, fog, precipitation, snowfall, storm, winds, all of them return to Earth over and over again, influenced directly by the sky and the atmosphere in the sky at least 3 times. It is mentioned that the sun, the stars, and the moon are also in the sky twice 37:6 and 67:5. It speaks about the decorating stars, that they too are in the sky, and thrice it speaks about the pillars that are in the sky. For example, the 16th verse of the chapter on stone says that the beautiful pillars are placed in the sky for those who see exactly. Which pillars those might be, who can say, but a picture was taken in 1995 that was called one of the 10 most beautiful pictures ever taken. It becomes crystal clear that the sky is a great expansion upwards besides the sun, the moon, and the stars. The Quran gives us more properties of the sky, for example, burning flames that chase and catch such mysterious stars which eat entire galaxies without leaving a trace. In fact, in the Quran, I even found references to such stars that can have a tail 6 million miles coming behind it. Such wonderful creations, the pillars, sun, stars, cannot be only just in the Milky Ways. In fact, there in the other galaxy stars, our own galaxy Milky Way contains about 400 billion stars, and our sun is just one of them. Our neighboring galaxy contains 2.5 times more stars than our Milky Way. Does that mean more than 1 trillion stars? There are some 2 trillion galaxies out there, just like the Milky Way and Andromeda. Is it all in the sky? Where's the highest limit? Further research in the Quran guided me to at least 4 places where it speaks about the expansion and the highest limits of the sky, and 2 of them are crystal clear. For example, the chapter of Ghashiyah 88:18, do they not see how the sky has been elevated, or the chapter of Dariyat. We have created the sky with our own hands, and we are the one to expand it. Looking at all these clues, finally start to build an understanding in front of us that the expansions of the sky start actually just above us, and its expansion goes much, much high. But is there any limit to this great expansion? The answer is yes. Which is mentioned, in fact, in Al-Naziyat and Al-Rahman 79:27. Is the sky more difficult to create, or you? Allah is the one who created it and elevated its samak, meaning the outer boundary. And the second verse is a very mighty one, which also carries a challenge in it. O jinn and humans, 55:33. If you have the authority to leave the boundaries of sky and earth, then leave. Without power you cannot leave. Flames of fire and smoke shall be released upon you, and you will not be able to protect yourself. Do you get the point? That after these huge expansions, the distances, which neither can I explain, nor can you understand somewhere, there must come a place where there will be a samak of the sky, meaning an outer layer of the sky where upon reaching, there shall be released flames and smoke, and perhaps that place is the boundary of the expansion of the sky of our world, the outer surface of the sky, the limit of the sky and the expansion of the sky. starts from just above us, from our atmosphere, and goes all the way up above until it's samak, its outer layer. This is the reason why water descends from this sky. This is the reason why the sun, the moon, and the stars are floating inside this sky. This is the sky which is decorated with stars. I want to tell you some of the things during my research work in Qur'an. On 4 points I observed about the design of the sky. In 6 places I observed the clues about creatures in the sky. In 3 places I observed the risk descending down from the sky. In 6 places I observed the doors and pathways of the sky. In 2 places I observed the emotions of the sky. In 2 places I observed the jinnat and shayateen traveling in the sky. On 3 places I observed the places that ascend and descend in the sky. In 16 places I observed the destiny of the sky and what will eventually happen to it. And in 5 places I observed Allah, the creator of everything, swearing upon the sky, one of his greatest creations on time. I will share all of these things with you, one by one. For example, the creatures who live in the sky. For example, the things that ascend and descend into the sky, for example, the doorways and pathways of the sky, or what will finally happen to the sky. And on 7 places in the Quran, I observed the number of skies that they too are 7, and from here on I will tell you about those 7 skies. It has become very clear now that up to this point, reaching through science would have been impossible. So through the Quran and Hadith, I explored more about the composition of the skies in a book from a 14th century Egyptian scholar, Jalal al-Din as-Sayuti. I discovered a detailed description and the composition of these 7 skies, and now I will tell you what lies beyond the Kármán line, the last frontier of mankind's reach. The last boundary of this great expansion which starts from above us is the first sky. Which is the sky of the earth. It is made out of the water, and it is called Rakia. And probably because of this water, smoke will be released to anyone who dares to reach it. According to Surah Rahman Hadith of Miraj tells us that this is the sky where Adam and Eve are living now, and according to some traditions, this was the sky where Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, met an angel called Habib, built half with fire and half with ice. I want to share something with you about the water of this sky. Roman Emperor Heraclius wrote a letter to Muawiyah. He requested to tell him the things which people often ask about, but the answer should only be from the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Muawiyah sent that letter to Ibn-e-Abbas, RRA, so he could answer it better. This letter carried a question about Mujara. Ibn-e-Abbas answered that Mujara is like a door in the sky which acts like a barrier between here and there. It is the kind of a barrier through which nothing can pass, not even the heat, not even the temperature. I also discovered that Mujara, it is a liquid that is alive, a kind of water that is alive, although I couldn't verify this tradition from another place. If it is correct, then the first sky is made of such water which is alive. It contains such doors through which nothing can pass, not even the temperature above it. There is the second sky made of white pearls. It is called Azfilun. According to Hadith, Prophet Isa and Yahya, John the Baptist, are living there above that. There is the third sky, which is called Qaidum. and is made of pure iron. In this third sky, prophet Joseph, lives, and according to some traditions, this is the sky where Hazrat Israel, as the angel of death, is lived. Above that there is the fourth sky, which is made of pure brass, and it is called Mauna. It is where prophet Idris, lives, and an angel called Kisfa'il, who is the angel of tears. Above that there is the fifth sky, which is called Rika, made out of pure silver. There lives prophet Harun, Aaron, and that is where the custodian of hell, Malik, lives. Malik, who commands some of the most mysterious angels who are mentioned in Surah Al-Alaq, referred to by the name Zabaniya 96:18. Above that there is the sixth sky, which is called Dakna. It is made out of pure gold and pure stones of red color. Where prophet Moses lives. But before I tell you further, I wish you to imagine just for a second a sky made of pure gold and red rubies. Surah Najm speaks of a great tree there, whose roots are there in the sixth sky, and its branches reach high up in the seventh sky. The tree is called the Lot tree of the farthest boundary. It is a berry tree whose leaves are large, and its fruit is like large pots. Beetles made of pure gold are flying around this tree, and Muhammad, peace be upon him, reports that on the night of Ascension, this tree was covered with the order of Allah. The color of that tree changed in a way that I never even knew. Those colors no living being in the world can describe. How beautiful those colors are. And then there is the seventh sky, which is called Ariba, which is also known in the people of the book as Araboth. This is the sky where the prophet Abraham lives. It is made of such light which humans cannot understand. The branches of the lot tree can only reach up to this place. Stopped here. What is above that? From this moment onwards, I will be very careful, and I request you to listen very carefully. Above that, there is the throne of God, which is carried by 8 great angels. This throne is made of red ruby, and there is the great chair above the throne, and this is the limit of all the knowledge. Above that there is the Lord of the throne, Allah, the Lord of everything, my Creator, your Creator, the Lord of whatever I have written or spoken. And writing about above the throne, I feel a certain kind of fear. There is a place on the right side of the throne where everything is written, Lo-e Mahfuz. Allah has made it with pure white pearls. Its pages are made of red rubies, and its writing is written with light. This is where everything is written about everything that was ever there and about everything that there will ever be, and whatever Allah wills is written in it. Its base is made of pure white stone, and it is placed in the lap of an angel. Allah, the Lord of everything, looks at it 360 times in a day. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, reports that the 7 skies compared to the throne are like a ring in a huge desert. Just pause for a second and imagine what you just heard. Can your brain truly understand these great expansions? Can I truly explain this greatness to you? Perhaps never. It was never meant for any creation to fully understand these things. Do you remember me saying in the very beginning that nearly all the cultures in the world speak of a mighty force creating everything and speaking some words, but no culture could tell what words those were? Even theoretical physics has a theory that before the creation, many universes were floating among many forces, for example, the force of gravity, etc., and after every few trillion years, these universes collide with each other, resulting in a massive bang, a Big Bang. The reason of this collision might either be an unimaginably powerful force of gravity or, according to this theory, a force which is unknown to us. I don't know what do you make of these last words, but when I was writing these words in this chapter, I actually smiled because in the Quran, I found this unimaginably mighty great force mentioned at least 7 times. When we wish something to be, we order it to be, and so it becomes. The most unimaginable and most powerful force that ever existed. For the force of kun fayakun, the word of God. This universe and the mysteries hidden in it have always been one of the biggest questions of mankind. Imran bin Hussein once visited Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and tied his camel on the front of the door. Imran also saw some of the people from Yemen also visiting the Prophet, and he heard them saying, "O Prophet of Allah, we have come to know from you how this universe came into being." Prophet started to tell them how Allah had always been there. He was all alone, and his throne was placed above the water. He wrote everything in the Loh-e Mahfuz and created the skies and the earth. The Prophet was still telling, but someone shouted to Imran that, "Imran, your camel had broken off and ran away." And as Imran heard of this, he too ran after the camel, and he saw that the camel had reached far into the desert, and later Imran was heard saying, "I swear by God, I wish I had let that camel escape, but had heard what the Prophet was telling." If I be honest, I too wish that the camel had not broken off that day, and Imran bin Hussein would have reported to us what the Prophet had told us that day. Allah knows how many secrets would have been uncovered by the Prophet that day. Exactly the way Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, reported about Prophet Musa's meeting with that mysterious personality, Asif bin Berkia, and his inability to be patient during their trip, and said, "May Allah have mercy upon Musa. If he just had been patient, Allah would have revealed many more of those mysteries to us." This chapter was just the beginning of our journey, and to uncover the mysteries of the universe, may Allah bless us with knowledge and wisdom. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.